The colored polo shirt comes by jangling all of his keys. He opens it up and says, "Please lock your doors. And don't forget to lock your gates too, because I drove up and was able to get in too easily. And that just underscores that you're going to need to find a place to hide. Please have all of these security measures on your desk. They're in this folder that I've put together carefully to make sure that you're prepared for the grotesque. I just want to make sure you know the chair won't do the trick. If you try to put it by the handle, it won't be a screen. And if you crouch behind, you'll easily be spotted. So if you're asking me, you have to keep your senses keen. You may try to roll it or throw it, but I don't like your luck. You may think I'm being strict, but I don't want you to be off guard. I want you to swear to me that you will practice the drill, memorize it, and in your brain be sure it's scarred. Rehearse this, and every aspect is essential. Keep every person at bay by checking their identification. They should wear their identity as a nameplate. That way you can balance everyone's place and credential. When you see a stranger, ask them for their task and purpose, and look them in the eyes and see which way they're leaning. They'll often come pretending to be janitors or technicians. They'll use the proclivities of their false meaning. If you hear there's a fire, don't believe your ears. The alarm is a device only used by those who commit the fouls that will be addressed by fragrant consequences. The fines for falseness will have them placed behind it. When you hear the siren, don't put your head on the ground. To be so helpless is how you get put in the puddle. If someone touches the knob and above it knocks, don't answer, but stay in the safety of the huddle. In the side of the room away from the entrance, build up your spot that you can permanently hold, or else you'll send yourself and others into a panic. And for me and everyone, it would be a sad sight to behold. If anyone complains to you about how this makes them feel, all you have to do is repeatedly stress the imperative. After all, a little trauma will disappear quickly, if enough times you repeat all aspects of the narrative. If you think you deserve it, you have to be buzzed in. And that's only after clearing the rope in the machine that have been placed before you as barriers to make sure we can manage all the go-between. I've labeled every place and given it a name. That way I'll be literate in what I want to read and say. Don't use the names you're used to calling them, but instead allow me to be the place's mainstay. No windows are allowed in this place any longer. We've boarded them up and covered them in concrete. I don't want to hear your complaints about the design, because isn't it better to be safe in here than out on the street? I have a bit of advice for you while you're in here. Invest in a portfolio of canned corn and beans. That way when life throws you out of whack, to stop it, you'll be faithful, just like the Marines. There's a secret man roaming carrying a weapon. You don't know who he is, but he's here for your protection. When events start to happen, he'll spring into action and offer every possible and available correction. The hired safety man had finished his speech. He was brought in to anticipate all possible situations. In one part of your mind, you can see the need, but now most of your time is spent filling out applications.